Hi, my name is Scott Werner, MD. I'm a medical doctor and I do alternative treatments currently. I'm going to talk a little bit about a parasite cleanse. Why do we need to do parasite cleanses? Well, number one, we all have parasites, and if they're out of balance, which they are in most of us, we need to do a parasite cleanse. Now, how do you pick a particular parasite cleanse? Well, it depends on the parasite you have. So I'd recommend going to a naturopathic doctor or talking with an intuitive medical doctor like myself or someone else and find out what type of parasites you have and what region in your body they are afflicting. They can get into certain organs. Most parasites start out getting in through the nasal or oral cavity and sometimes within the eye, believe it or not. And they get into the system. We can also breathe them in, and they can start out usually in our digestive system, and they can get into our lungs. Most of the parasites that get into our lungs are fungus type parasites. So most of the other parasites that get in our system, the fungus can get also into our GI system, but larger parasites and small microbial parasites can get into our digestive system. Here in the United States, we have a huge problem with H. pylori, which is actually an intracellular parasite bacteria that gets in and causes ulcers and abdominal problems. Most bloating and difficulties with abdominal bloating are due to fungal parasites, and there's other parasites that can get into our system, such as amoebas, protozoans, flatworms, tapeworms, pinworms, you name it, they can get in. So what do we do with these things? Well, once you figure out what type of parasite you have, you can go to somebody and get what we call a parasite cleanse. Now, originally, the original parasite cleanse I was introduced to was because I had gotten cancer and I contacted a lady by the name of Dr. Hulda Clark. At the time, she was in Chicago and she was a microbiologist, and she felt most cancers were due to an imbalance of parasites within the system. So I called her up, found out about her through a miraculous chain of events, and called her up, and she told me that I needed to stop drinking pop, soda pop, because it had so much sugar and it was feeding the cancer, and start doing parasite cleanses every 3 months for the rest of my life if I wanted to stay cancer free. Well, that was 22 years ago, and as you can see, I'm alive and well and cancer free. So what did her parasite cleanse consist of? It consisted of black walnut, an herbal tincture of black walnut hulls, fresh green black walnut hulls, and cloves, wormwood, and she had me use a little device called a zapper, which was a DC current that I'd hold on to in my hands and let it pass through my body. Well, this was a very interesting cleanse. The first time I did it, I lost 30 pounds, and the second time I did it, I lost another 10 pounds. I was up to 248 pounds, almost 250, and I went down to about 210, 208 pounds. I was fluctuating a little bit. And so it made me lose a lot of weight, but the most important thing it did is it got rid of the tumors in my body. Since then, being a medical doctor, I've been very curious about these kind of things. I've found that tumors are caused by parasites and cysts are caused by parasites. I was a practicing OB/GYN at the time, so I have lots of women coming into my practice who wanted to lose weight. And since I lost weight so easily on the parasite cleanse, I started putting other women on the parasite cleanse. And being a practicing OB, I was taking care of women with ovarian cysts, infertility, breast cysts, endometriosis. And some of these women, I started on the parasite cleanse, and lo and behold, their endometriosis would go away, their ovarian cysts would go away, their breast cysts would go away, their uterine cramping and difficult periods would improve without the use of other hormones or birth control pills or the things that we were trained to use, or surgery for that matter. I would have somebody with endometriosis, I would put them on the parasite cleanse, and then I'd go to do the surgery on them, which was documented and validated to do, And I'd get in there and the endometriosis would be gone. And so I was very surprised that the Parasite Cleanse would actually help with these things. Now there's other types of parasite cleanses, since I'm talking about parasite cleanses, that you can do. And there's liquid parasite cleanses from other companies. They actually have tinctures you can use. I use a lot from Cedar Bear, which is a brand called Tinctrat, and they make a very fine parasite cleanse, but you have to support the liver, because the liver has to deal with all the material, the dead bodies. When you're killing off these parasites, your body has to clean them out, and the liver does most of this cleaning out. So you have to support the liver. So I use also some stuff to help the liver, some herbs to help the liver clean out and do its job and keep it flowing, not let it get congested. Because when you have parasites, the liver can get congested, enlarged. You can get a fatty liver, especially if you're loaded with yeast type parasites. You get a fatty liver, and most Americans nowadays have fatty livers, and we also have enlarged pancreases due to all the sugars we consume. So since I'm talking about parasites, we'll mainly deal with that. I also use enzymes now. When I first did Hulda Clark's Parasite Cleanse, I used the Zapper, which is a DC current that helps stimulate the parasites to move out of the mucus our body puts around the parasites to protect itself. Now this mucus, if you have a lot of mucus, you've got parasites. And I use plant enzymes now with cellulase, and my favorite is a product from now, although there are other products that are out. The plant enzymes are great because you take 6 of them in the morning, 6 at night, and it breaks down that mucus and the capsules around the parasites that our body builds up to protect ourselves from them. It doesn't do a very good job, but it supposedly protects us from the parasites. Now, these enzymes break that down so the black walnut, the wormwood, the cloves, or the other parasite cleanses that you may be doing can get in and kill the parasites. Very valuable. And it also helps the liver and the digestive system do its job. So enzymes are very important, especially cellulase, because cellulase can break down the wall of yeast and other types of parasites. So be sure and consult with your doctor before you do any of this. I'm just giving you some insight into what might help you get healthier by removing parasites and getting them in balance within your body, because we always have some creatures within our body. Some are doing us a lot of good, some don't do us so much good, and so it's best to get rid of the bad ones and replace the good ones. So a good multidophilus formula is always in order. Whenever you're killing something off, it creates a void in nature, and you want to fill that in with something good. So thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon for your health. I'm Dr. Scott Werner. If you'd like to contact us, we have a website at healthandlongevityin.com. Thank you.